Hey guys, we're here talk
Welcome to
about.
another
Hey,
episode of Drew and Zach
no,
Magical Magic Talk Show.
it's Zach and
I'll
Drew.
be your host,
Patent pending.
Drew.
No, Zach is the host. Anyways, yeah, that's Drew. I'm Zach. Welcome. We're gonna talk about magic and magic-related things. Today we're talking a lot about Unity, the new set coming out, and I think it's like December. I don't recall actually. I probably should have looked that up. But they had some teasers for it, like words from the set that are actually on cards, like stupid crap like a common command. Like, oh, that's just on a card. That's not going to tell me anything. Stuff like that. Um, so what do you think about it so far? Now that we've
Uh,
seen
now,
some
now,
things.
now I'm looking through it and haven't said anything on it yet so far.
Yes.
Like I was trying to previously mention at some point, I'm a little confused. I don't know how I feel about some of the art. I like the lands. I think the lands are kind of cool. I think the lands are really cool looking.
Yeah.
Some of these are kind of goofy looking.
Yeah. Some are like very kind of cartoonish, and it's almost
Yeah.
like a weird cartoon, like Clownville space shit.
Yeah, and some of it kind of makes me think of like the old Boomerang cartoon,
Yeah.
the Jetsons. Yeah. Some of the alt art, like I'm looking at this Space Family Goblinson. I'm looking at the regular version and the different art they would put out for it.
Yeah.
Makes me think of something like from the Jetsons, and I don't necessarily hate it. I'm all about Magic having some silly cards. I just think a lot of these are really silly.
Yeah, they're very silly, like the showcase version of that.
One
Oh,
thing I'm looking at that kind of confuses me is some of these ones that like this one says Happy Dead Squirrel sticker.
yeah. So, we'll get into that after we take a look at all the like the teasers for today. But
Hmm.
we'll get into that. There's actually someone who explains how it works. I did watch a video of how it works a little while ago. It's really interesting. It's like you can almost modify cards, with the stickers. Like that's like a
Oh, geez.
sideboard card. Yeah, and apparently there's like hundreds of variations. 48 sticker cards, so they're all different.
Oh, fuck.
And they all do different things. Anyways, so the main like developer of Magic the Gathering sets, he does this usually. Like he did it for Dominaria, but we did never covered it. But they make a little list here that tells us all about the cards coming out in the set, and then little teaser words. Like before the previews officially begin, I thought it'd be fun to do another dual style teaser where a tiny hints of things to come. Note that I'm only giving you partial information because Unity is filled with more strangeness than average set. I think this might be translated. I'm doing a mega teaser where I tease even more than normal. So first up, here's some things you can expect. So I've kind of looked at it. I saw one thing. It was a legendary alien ooze, and I'm all about the ooze, baby. I like me some oozes. But let's start with the first one. A card that can become almost 250 different cards for the turn. The hell does that mean, Drew?
I'm sorry, repeat that.
No, you repeat it. Do you have it pulled up?
I'm oh, wait, which one am I pulling up
God
here?
damn it, so unprofessional. We have both.
The the blogatog.
Yes, the Blogatog.
Okay.
Anyways, is it a card that can become almost 250 different cards for the turn?
A shapeshifter, of course.
I
That's what
mean,
I
oh,
that sounds like a shapeshifter to me.
I mean, yeah, but that like the text that he put there, that's on a card.
Oh. Well, could this be what the stickers that you're talking about are about?
Maybe. Well, I guess the way that this is worded, it sounds like it's not on the card actually, but typically he has it like random
Hang on.
phrases. What? Did you just burp?
Uh, oh, hang on. I'm trying to breathe Gatorade.
Bro,
Oh, shit. Okay, I'm good.
you
I've
absolute idiot.
recovered.
Alright, well, he's recovered, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, now that, like you said, it could be a shapeshifter, I guess that makes sense. But 250 different cards. It has to be something involving the stickers. I think you're right. Because it's like, they're almost like little modifiers. Like, you could, like, if we go back to that other page, we could just look at that first sticker sheet. Like, one of the ones, it adds infect to one of your creatures. by spending 3 tickets of sorts.
The only thing that kind of gets me is I would imagine that if you can modify a sticker card, it's not something that you mentioned like the sideboard. I imagine that's something that you could only use like before the game starts. What gets me here is the final part says for the turn. It's a card that can become almost 250 different cards for the turn. That tells me that this is something that can change a lot. And if it's for the turn, could it do this every turn?
Goddamn, yeah, that's a good point. Or if it's like an artifact that taps to turn your creature, or turn something into something else. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's really weird. Could you like turn an instance into a fucking creature or something? Like I don't know, or vice versa, a creature into an instance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that would mean.
The possibilities are endless.
Yeah, like this set's supposed to be kind of like those crazy sets like back in the day where, flip a coin, if you do, then you have to do 10 jumping jacks or you lose 10 life, something stupid like that. I think that's what this set...
is this like from like the joke cards?
I think this set's going to have some stuff like that. Well, anyways, let's continue. A card that enchants your graveyard. So a card that just straight up enchants the graveyard? I mean, we have seen cards, I think, similar to that. Like, I think I recently read an artifact that made it so it's in the new Warhammer set. It's an artifact that makes all your artifacts in your graveyard have Unearth 3. So, I consider that enchanting the graveyard, but not a whole lot to go off of that one.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, I imagine it's just gonna be some bullshit.
Yeah,
who knows?
Will. Yeah. I really don't know. Like, it's so obscure and it's hard to really guess what it could be. So the next one, a card which requires you to use what the heck? Pantomime?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you look that one up because I don't know what the fuck that is.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna look this up on a different screen in case it has.
You heard it here first. I can look it up. You're fine.
No, I got it. I have it set up so it doesn't come up.
Really do it faster.
Oh, I just did it. A dramatic entertainment.
No. Well, yeah. So what does that tell us?
A theatrical entertainment.
You're gonna play a card that's gonna entertain us?
I guess so. It's like fucking a card which requires you to use that.
That's your jumping jacks card. I'm gonna play some shit down. I'm like, all right, 10 jacks now.
Yeah, you're gonna say like, are you not entertained as you play the card, or it sacrifices itself? You have to tell a random stranger that we're playing Two-Headed Giant, or it sacrifices itself.
No, we're not talking about that.
Another time.
We're not ever talking about that.
If you guys are interested, let me know. Anyways, next one. An enchantment subtype appears on an artifact for the first time. An enchantment subtype? What does it mean by that?
An enchantment subtype that appears on an artifact. I'm imagining we have an enchantment artifact.
Oh.
Like it's not just an artifact, it's not just an enchantment. It sounds like it's gonna be an enchantment artifact.
Are there legendary enchantments?
But it's a subtype, so it sounds like it's gonna be an artifact that's an enchantment.
What if it's or what if it's like an enchantment? Or is there enchantment creatures? Like I'm all thinking of like different things, like a enchantment cat. I don't know.
We got enchantment creatures. We got artifact creatures.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've seen an artifact enchantment.
Yeah.
So who knows? Who knows what that'll do?
All right, a new subgame card in a color that never had one.
Fantastic. We got 6 callers now, everybody.
Of what a subgame card. Like what is it? That's weird. I don't understand.
A subgame. Okay, so a subgame I'm assuming is like a different type. So it's going to be like probably like a joke box, a joke deck. I could be absolutely wrong about that, but if I had to guess, this is all I'm taking this, as we are very novice Magic players.
Yes.
I am looking at this, and from what I take this as is that if it's a new subgame, it's probably like, if there's like a Pioneer. Probably not even Pioneer. I think those might all be like actual games, but then you go into, some Unhinged. Unhinged is the name of one. It's like, it's got silver bordered cards, and they make you do shit that says flip a coin, and if you lose the coin flip, you have to do 10 jumping jacks.
Oh, okay. So now we have another joke card in some color that didn't have it. Okay.
Yeah, that's probably, if I had to guess, that's probably what that says, but I don't know.
All right, well, you get the next 5.
gonna read these.
Yeah.
So a card that can make one of 5 different artifact tokens that each don't do anything. Holy shit. Which, if I had to guess, is probably great for decks that base off of like the number of artifacts you have. So maybe you've got a deck that states, an artifact that states this creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. There are cards that say all your artifacts can tap for 1 mana of any color. And let's say you've got a card that can make, a random artifact that does absolutely bullshit every turn. Kind of like something that Coma does or Beladros does, where they create something at the beginning of each person's upkeep.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it does. Maybe the artifact itself is bullshit, doesn't do anything. Maybe it's the cards that, work off of artifacts that would be really useful with it.
Yeah, I have seen a lot of cards that say just like deal damage equal to all the artifacts on the board. Doesn't the new Karn do that? It's like you do like a -2 or something like that, and he deals damage.
Take a look for you right now because I got my thing up.
Nice. He's got his whole thing up right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's gonna
get scared.
I'm getting a little scared. Yeah, I mean, he just does something where you can tap an untapped artifact you control, and it deals 1 damage to any target. So imagine you're making, one of these every turn, and you play with 4 other people. You can just tap 3 of them, just do 3 damage to somebody, and then 6 the next round or some bullshit like that.
That sounds cool. All right.
Yeah. I already lost my place.
And outside. I highlight the beginning just so I know where you're at.
That'd be a good way to go. Okay. An outside assistance card where the person assisting doesn't even know. Okay, again, this very much sounds like another fucking so that I'm taking this in a sense of like, for the unhinged type of decks. That's what these sound like, because those would have cards that say like, find somebody and ask them what color's better, red or blue. And if they choose blue, such and such happens. I'm imagining this would be like, okay, pick a person, and if they sit down in the next 10 minutes, then you can destroy a target creature. But if they don't, then you have to sacrifice a creature. It could be some bullshit like that, where they don't know they're participating, but you're watching them, they're participating.
Yeah, I think that's the best example of what this statement says. Like, pick a random person, and if he does something in this time, yeah, I think you're totally right, because you don't know, but they don't know. If I
had to guess, because I played a lot of because the only set me and my girlfriend had bought was the Unhinged set.
Yeah.
And that was the one that we were playing, and it sounded like this sounds like something it would have us do. It had some really weird ass cards in there. Like some were like, okay, if it's nighttime, this card gets flying and death touch, but if it's daytime, it gets vigilance and lifelink.
Yeah.
So depending on the time of day, all this other shit. Anyways, a common command. Dude, I don't fucking know.
What
am I supposed to... A common command. A common commander?
It just
common commander? I don't know what the fuck that means. I have no idea.
I think it's good. That one's lame.
Okay, anyways, over 10 new named abilities, including Best in Show, Gear Up, and Parade. I'm just assuming we're going to find out what these do later on.
Yeah.
I'm hoping if it says Gear Up, it's got to be something cool, like with the equipments. That's what I'm hoping.
It's probably similar to like the new Warhammer stuff. Like every creature has an ability that has a name. It's like, it just says like Armored Revolt, and it does something simple like deal 2 damage and gain 2 life. Like it might be something similar to that, where they just have like names in front of it, but it's just like a basic ability.
Yeah, it's just gonna be something that we're not gonna know until the cards come out, I'm sure, because that could be anything. A card type, a card that can make multiple Storm Crow tokens. Now, I don't know what the fuck a Storm Crow is. I don't know if I should know what a Storm Crow is. I can safely assume it's a token, and it's probably like a flying bird.
Yeah.
But maybe it's something really crazy. But all I know is I have no idea.
It could
if
be...
if it's Storm.
Yeah.
Then I'm pretty sure Storm is I don't mess with Storm too much.
Yeah, Storm's a red card. I'm pretty sure it like lets you keep using something. But I was thinking like in the terms of Storm, maybe it's like a red bird that you can tap to do 1 damage to anything.
Okay.
Kind of like
bullshit. I got it.
Oh, you did?
Storm is an ability that creates a copy of the spell when it's cast for each spell cast before it in that current turn. So I think an example of this would be like, you can you destroy target creature, copy this spell X amount of times, where X is the amount of spells you've casted this turn. And I think what makes Storm decks, I think I remember looking into this a little bit, what makes Storm decks scary is that if you're storming a card and then storming another card after it, so let's say you cast 2 spells and then you storm a destroy target creature card and it destroys 2 other creatures. Then you storm another card, you've casted 3 spells so far. So then it's going to keep adding up. And I think that's what that does.
Okay. Next. Oh man, guess who else lost their spot? There it is. A cycle of fill in the blank cards. Oh, a cycle of it.
So here we go.
Yeah.
Fill in the blank. So if I had to guess, it's probably more destroy target blank, and then you can fit that bitch into your deck.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
So
I'm sure
on it.
maybe we'll get another set of lands that you can circle, and then you can fit those dudes in your deck too.
Right. Well, like,
You know?
what's crazy is a lot of these cards are going to be legal because apparently there's been like, I don't know about these ones in particular, but the cards they've shown are all legal. Like, so we might have more joke cards that would be legal in tournaments. Like they usually have, I think I recall that people saying there was like a star or something, and the star means it can't be used in like game, like an actual tournament or something like that.
All I'm saying is if some motherfucker makes me do, 10 jumping jacks for losing a coin flip, I'm gonna be pissed.
Bro, we're Magic players. We don't do fitness. Come on.
That's what they're doing. This is the joke.
There's their whole
Where's
thing.
the coach? It'd be funny if they make a bunch of fat, sweaty people exercise.
Multiple cards that let you win a prize. Let's go.
What kind of prize?
Shit, I don't know. A food token.
All of cards that let you win a prize. Do you think like you can open up like a pack and it says like you've won like such and such? Go online to redeem it.
That would be pretty cool. Well, like if I go over to like the cards that have been showed, like Carnivore, it's a black alien crab horror. But when he enters the battlefield, you get a ticket, and then you put tickets on non-land permanents you control. But then you spend tickets on the other thing. But like my guess is maybe it's like a prize, almost like you get a token. I don't think any of these cards say anything about prizes right now. I don't think so.
I don't see anything yet.
That's an equipment? A 1 green equipment? Alright, we'll look at that in a minute. Anyways.
Hang on.
A creature ability gets converted to a land ability.
A creature ability gets converted to a land ability, so...
Like a mana dork, or what?
Sounds kind of like a mana dork. A creature really gets converted to a land ability. I wonder if maybe... I don't know, maybe a creature...
Maybe
it says it gets converted, so maybe you can transform a creature into a land instead. So maybe it can like become a copy of target land is what I have.
That sounds cool. Like
yeah,
as it enters the battlefield, it copies any land on any permanent.
Yeah,
land.
maybe it's like you can pay 3 and tap it and it becomes copy of target land. And then you can but it'll have this ability, so you can like do it again on like something else. I don't know if there's a card out there like that already. I know there's lands that do that. Maybe even enchantments. I really don't know. It sounds like something they would put in.
Yeah.
But that would be pretty useful for like, when people have lands that like let them, like for example, I like my mazes. Remove target creature from combat.
Yeah.
You can copy that and you've got one too.
Interesting. Well, next one, a planeswalker that doesn't do what you say. Now, how's a card gonna tell me what I can and can't do? All right.
You might have to roll a dice that might decide. It might be a planeswalker. It's like, okay, if you want to use, like, if you roll, it has like all these +1, -2s, all these different S abilities, but maybe it'll be like, I don't know. I'm imagining it might be some shit where it's like you +1 and your choices are these, but depending what you get off a dice roll, it'll do that.
Yeah, I guess that would make sense. Or it's like to activate any of its abilities, you have to roll a d20, and it has to get in the range to do one of its abilities or something like that.
Oh yeah.
So you either get the +1,
-1,
or -2 all of a sudden or something like that, but you got to roll a dice for which one you're gonna get, and you could accidentally kill off your planeswalker because it doesn't listen to
That's
you.
what I'm saying. It's like maybe it'll just fucking die off by accident.
That's funny. I like that. A card that makes flying cat tokens. Wow. I mean,
I'm not too impressed.
Not
With
much
I
to
mean,
say.
that's another flying token generator.
And for,
There you
I
go.
guess Cat Tribal is like fucking screaming right now, like, let's go,
You
baby.
know, you'd be right. Their cat tribal would like that card, I'm sure.
We got flying. They probably should have reach too. I mean, like cats should have reach. I don't know if they do.
Right.
Anyways, you got the next one. The next 5.
Right. We have a cycle of cards that care about certain objects you can see from your seat. Okay.
Bat Magic sweater
So
players.
once again, first person to find a red object in a room doesn't have to sacrifice a creature.
Like, I really like the idea of like doing a draft for this set. I think it'd be fun.
No, I think it'd be really fun. But that's what I'm picking up out of this card is that it's some bullshit wacky ass rules,
Yeah.
Another spell that lets you open booster pack. Now this was something that came out. This was definitely an ability in an unhinged deck. Was that you would have to open up a booster pack, and whoever got the best pull out of it would like win or some shit like that. But you would have to have a booster pack. That was the problem.
Yeah. So that's probably like around the same thing, huh?
Yeah, I would say so. A card that gives you a resource to pay costs that no card has ever granted before. So, we've gotten treasure tokens at one point. We've gotten clues. So it's probably going to be another thing like that. We're probably going to get like a new type of, as he said, resource that we can use for other shit.
Interesting. I wonder.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like what that could entail.
I mean, who knows? There's so many.
Yeah.
Like clues let you draw a card, but like blood tokens, those were new, and those let you draw a card as well. So it could be another variation of drawing cards. But clue tokens let you pay 2 and sack it, and then blood tokens let you discard a card, then draw a card.
Maybe you can spend tickets to draw cards or something like that, or spend tickets to gain life, or spend life to gain tickets. It's probably tickets.
It could even be tickets. Yeah, it could be some bullshit. Who knows? Let's see. A card that asks an outside person to rate something on a scale 1 to 5.
There it is.
There it is. So more shit. Like I said, if these types of cards are legal in a game of Magic, it's gonna be really fucking hard to. I don't think it will be, but I have absolutely no idea what to expect from this. This all sounds like something that comes straight out of like some joke deck.
Bro, it sounds like it's gonna be fun as shit and awkward. Just everybody for like a month is gonna be in the card shop just talking to each other. And maybe it's a good way to make everyone interact. I don't know.
Fuck that.
I know.
To hell with that.
You had your one awkward interaction. You're good.
Between cards and stickers, over 25 non-evergreen and non-deciduous mechanics are returning. Woo. Words with 3 syllables.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
So, I don't know. Non-evergreen and non-deciduous mechanics are returning. I don't know.
Probably.
I don't. Stuff. I'm sure if we went online, we could look that up. Yeah, we should probably do it.
Nah, just kidding. Yeah, if you want, go ahead.
I'm doing it right now.
Just Google it. Yeah.
I know. I'm doing it right now.
Ooh, next we got the card rules and stuff like that are actually printed on cards. So.
Refers to actions or mechanisms that are not okay. So let me just see what this says here. Deciduous context. Deciduous keyword refers to keywords or actions or other mechanics that are not evergreen, but may not show up from time to time that needs to be set in. So a tool or something that expecting use of the term derived from by. I don't know what the fuck that means.
All right. If you know, let us know in the comments below because we are idiots. Confirmed. All right. Next, here's some rules text that will be showing up on cards. So these are actually printed on cards. These are taken from cards. So the first one, an opponent tells you a statement about themselves and secretly notes whether it's true or false. That's fantastic. You'd be like, hey Drew, I am secretly gay. And then now you gotta know if it's true or false. And it's probably like, if it's false, if they guess wrong, then you lose 30 life.
I would write, it's true. Everybody that's listening, it's true.
Alright. True. Alright, but that sounds fun. I'm kind of excited because I don't know when the last time an unhinged kind of set came out. Like, it had to have been a long time ago, right?
I don't think it was too long ago.
Really? I thought.
Yeah.
I guess I'm fairly new, and I feel like all the unhinged ones I've seen were like older looking cards. But anyways, next one. Each player in an ungame who can hear you may bid life. Each player in an ungame who can hear you may bid life.
In an ungame, huh?
What does ungame mean? Time to look up the word ungame. Let's go. Another game? Is that just like a shorten of another? Let me take a look. Or here, take a look real quick. I have to do something super quick.
I'm assuming it's people around the game.
It's probably around, yeah, like another game. So if a guy next to you hears that you have to bid life, he can just be like, "Hey, yo, I also bid 20 life," and then he can fuck up his own game.
Yeah,
But-
I'm not finding the exact term. I'm just assuming it's some dude like nearby
Yeah, yeah.
who can hear you. Yeah, okay. Go on.
All right.
Where X is the greatest
Oh,
number of stored results on it of the same value. What?
I don't know.
Where X is the greatest number of stored results on it of the same value. I'm gonna assume it might be X is the greatest number of stored results. I'm gonna assume it's gonna be a card that says like beginning of each upkeep, create a token of some kind,
Or like a counter.
and once create a counter of some kind, and when but once this reaches X amount of counters, you can do something.
Yeah, probably.
I'm just assuming. I could be wrong.
All right. Well.
Except by creatures with flavor text. Okay, that sounds pretty easy. Destroy all creatures except vampires.
With flavor text. It's gotta have like the little like dialogue at the bottom, you know?
Oh,
That's what it means, like the little like lore at the bottom, I'm pretty sure.
Cannot wait to
There's-
read all of that.
There's not a lot of cards that have that. Baldur's Gate, I think, has like all the cards do. Alright, next one.
For each item in its art that's not touching card name, another item or the card frame. Okay.
It's like a Where's Waldo card?
Yeah, I think another example might be like I'll just throw in another example from a set from the Unhinged. Okay, yeah. So there's could be a couple things because it says that that's not touching such card. So there was just two like examples because it kind of also mentions in its art. So the first thing I'm thinking of, also in an Unhinged, there was a card that said you had to stand like 3 feet back, and you had to throw it onto the table, and it destroyed every permanent it hit along the way.
I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, it was some fucking bullshit. And so you would just fucking huck it, you know? It would hit everything. You spun it, so it really got around. The card was ruined, by the way.
No.
Anyway, yeah, no mins on that card. But it also states that for each item that's in its art, not touching the card name, another item or the card frame. So I'm also wondering, and this kind of goes back to another card that was in Unhinged set. There was a card that got +1/+1 for every scroll on every card, and that would include if a card that had like multiple hidden scrolls in it, you would count those.
Interesting. That's pretty cool.
So I'm wondering if this has something to do with, because you would have to look at the art on the card that you're using and all this other crap.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, next one. As long as card name remains tapped, the effect doesn't end.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
So finding ways of keeping cards tapped on your battlefield, you know? Like you gain
Yeah.
hexproof as long as this card is tapped.
Oh, I see. And then, yeah, so you would ideally want to tap it for something or attack with it to get it
Yeah.
to tap.
And then you want ways to like enchant it so that it remains tapped or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, like those.
The curses and shit.
Yeah, yeah. As card name enters the battlefield, choose a word with 5 or more letters. So yeah, more random stuff. I bet it's like if a player says that word, then they lose 2 life.
Oh my!
Every time a player says that word, you know.
I hate that we keep going back to this because there was another card in there that said an opponent can draw a card every time they say a certain word. And my girlfriend, she chose tap, and it was the hardest fucking thing because it kept saying like, okay, I'm gonna tap this amount of land. She'd be like, "Gotcha, bitch," and then she would go ahead and grab a card. So it's probably some bullshit like that too.
I wonder what like 5-letter words you could find, like maybe lands specifically.
Attack?
Like attack, yeah. Lands with an S, you know. Swamp. Island. Is islands? No, that's islands 6. Is
Island
land.
Boy. I would call
Island,
it
but plains. So you could really just like say like those kind of where like forest, swamp. Yeah, I think everything but island, right? Which one am I missing? Am I an idiot? Forest, swamp, plains. Oh, mountain. Yeah, definitely not mountain. That's a big word. Anyways, all right. Target non-brushwag creature.
See, now that's funny because a brushwag there was a it was a creature type, but it wasn't a very. I haven't seen too many brushwags. It's I remember having one, and I'm looking him up now because I'm trying to remember what he does. But I'm seeing there's actually more than I remember. But the one I had it was a 1/1 with trample, and it was a 1-cost 1/1 with trample, and it would state that if you pay 4 mana, it would get +3/+3 until end of turn. Never really bothered using it. According to this, looks like there was another brushwag, really old card. Says if it blocks or is blocked, it gets -2/+2 until end of turn. Okay, which is interesting.
Just
I'm also seeing
get more.
Yeah, I'm also seeing one more. This is one of those cards that like it looks like someone drew on. So this one doesn't really do anything. It drew. It has vigilance and haste, and whenever a player attacks with a creature power 4 or greater, the inner planar brushwag also attacks the player or planeswalker that's attacking. But this is not an official card. You couldn't use this in Commander. It's some like offset card.
Some weird one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyways, those are like the only brushwags I'm seeing in here. So the fact that a brushwag might be a creature type they're bringing back is pretty funny to me.
That is. I don't even know what the hell that is, but all right.
Yeah.
Ask a person outside the game to choose which of them is most like a rock band. Which of them is most like a rock band? You like tell them 2 names of 2 cards and which one sounds more like a rock band. You know, like we got. I don't know. You just pull anything out of your deck and just say their names, really.
Yeah, we'll just do we got
Jin Kataskis.
Jin Kataxius. Okay, we got Blade of the Oni.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah, Eternal Taskmaster. Let's go.
Boundary Inspector.
No, I'm gonna look like all my cards and be like, yeah, these are definitely all.
Platinum Angel.
Oh man.
Silent Arbiter.
That's good too.
Those sound like some pretty cool ass metal bands. I'd be into that.
Go for the Throat, Deadly Dispute, like yeah, all this shit. Damnation, like
yeah.
I like that card. Sounds fun.
Using the first letters of the names of permanents you control.
Spell a word or something like that.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's really all I could think about. Is like,
yeah.
Or like make an acronym of some sort. I don't know.
I guess so. Yeah, it'd be like first person to spell dog. But only using the first letter,
Yeah, it's like an enchantment that states like the first person to spell dog with their permanents lets you win the game or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be some bullshit.
It would be some bullshit. Then you'd want cards that start with like specific letters in your deck.
That's true. That's very true. That would be you can build a whole deck around this enchantment. Just having like all these random ass words that start with D, O, or G, and
yeah. And like, what if it's like a commander that you could have?
Oh, that'd be even cooler.
That would
be pretty fun. Actually, that would be a really silly deck.
Yeah, it would. Or like if you spell this word, you win. It's like only for you though because it's your deck. That would be cool.
I think what's even funnier is that the deck building for that would be so weird because you would like try really hard to like. I would really have to just go on Google or I don't know what you would put in on Magic's like card search.
No idea.
Cards that start with G, and just kind of go through.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Be a lot of searching, I think, because I couldn't find a specific ability. I would have to literally just like sit there and try to find a specific name instead.
Oh man, as long as 3 or more hands are touching card name. So
oh god,
it's gonna be like a race.
Well, this is as long as 3 more hands, meaning that like maybe only like this card's effect is really good, but it only remains good as long as 3 or more hands are on it. So you need to have like 3 people touching it, or you need to be touching it with somebody else. Otherwise, if you let go of it, it could be sacrificed.
Bro, you could just have like your girlfriend come and she could put 2 of her hands on it, and you can have one of yours.
That's
and you
what,
can
that's what I'm
still
saying.
play.
That's like another thing that could be occur. You know, it's funny because kind of going back again. I've really only played one like joke deck, but it was a lot of fun. We played it. There was a card that stated that all my creatures, or it was some shit like all my creatures get +1/+1, but if I would have to talk in a funny voice, and if at any point I stopped talking in a funny voice, I would have to sacrifice the card.
That's great.
So I had to sound like a complete doofus for a little while, so I can get the extra little edge in the game, you know.
Yeah. First strike and a sword, vigilance and a shield, menace and mean eyes. Maybe this is like an enchantment or a sorcery that states like if a creature has a sword, shield, or mean eyes, it has all these abilities. So like in its art, it's got to have a sword, shield, and mean eyes. So I guess if they're angry is probably what that states. So that's my best guess. It's like it could be an enchantment, it could even be a creature that gives other creatures that have those specific things.
Oh, that's a good point.
That's actually pretty interesting. Go ahead.
With the same artist and different names.
So 2 different
kind of going back. Yeah, so kind of going back. Knowing the artist that made the card was a big thing in that joke deck as well. Like there were a lot of good cards that you could counter if you just knew the name of the artist. And it was so fucking hard because like you'd be looking at like the other cards, and you're like, I don't fucking know who drew this. You know? I wonder if that's like another thing, is that like, so with the same artist and different names, like if you can name 3 cards that this artist drew, then something can happen.
I see. Yeah, I was looking at the cards that we currently have leaked, and none of them have the same artist names on it. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. So maybe that involves like different cards outside of the set. With hashtag guess the magic card and no other text.
There you go.
So maybe
guess that magic card.
Maybe you put up like its power and toughness, or like the beginning of the card, like win this, and then you put guess the magic card and no text, and then maybe during the game.
That magic card.
If during the
Pikachu!
game. Yeah, Pikachu. Fuck. Maybe it's like if they guess it during the game, you could play it out of exile for free, something like that.
Some shit like that. Yes.
Any number of printed clown robot tokens that aren't touching each other that you hit on the battlefield.
Oh my fucking god, that's so funny. So I just don't think I can compare it to, because these sound like joke cards, you know.
They really
because
are.
Literally there was cards that if you hid this on the battlefield somewhere and your opponent didn't see them, at the beginning of your next turn you can cast it for free, you know. There were cards that did that. And so any number of printed clown robot tokens that aren't touching each other, meaning you could probably hide a bunch on there, and as long as they aren't like hidden underneath each other, it's probably what it's trying to state. It's like you can get them out, you know. So you keep like sneaking extra clowns out that no one's seeing, then you're gonna be set for like a fucking clown army.
That's hilarious. Like just
that
like
really
sneak
funny.
them under permanence you have. That's funny.
Yeah.
All right.
Some bullshit. Be really good if you're like a magician and you play with cards. Fucking, what's that behind your ear? You know, flip out. God fucking dare, Jeremy!
It's fucking one of the Eldrazi's. Lucky you.
Oh.
Choose A through M or N through Z. So yeah, it's more of just. It's just bullshit.
I'm sure that's crap. Like destroy all creatures with names beginning with A through M or N through Z. You know, I bet you that's just probably what that's gonna be.
Probably, yeah. All right. If the cracks in card names are completely covered.
Oh, geez, the cracks. What cracks?
How do you cover them?
Are completely if the crack. Well, maybe like, it's the art on the card itself.
I guess so. So like with this might have to play in with the stickers. The stickers are actually stickers, and
no.
Magic they want you to put it on the card.
No.
But the thing is, they said that you can literally just draw whatever you want and like just kind of like a piece of paper and put it on the card. Like it doesn't have to be specifically from the sticker sheet.
You can't make me ruin them.
I know, right? Granted, we're gonna have sleeves on them, but it's still
Yeah.
funny. It's probably something like that. Is my guess. You gotta like cover the cracks with the stickers.
Okay. Yeah, that could be. I know some cards, like in the art in the background, because sometimes they have like little cracks and stuff, but sometimes they don't. Like I don't know if it's just like exclusive to like artifacts that they have like little scratches in the background.
Yeah.
I don't know though, but yeah, I could definitely see stickers being the whole ordeal for it.
An opponent chooses the fastest, the scariest, or the weakest.
Fastest, scariest, or the weakest.
The only thing I could think about is fastest. This has to be a person thing. Like if we're playing 4-player commander, so out of us 4, you pick who you think is the fastest, and who's the scariest, and then who's the weakest of the group, which is fucked up. And then it's probably like the fastest can play sorceries or can play any card with flash this turn. The scariest, all his creatures have menace for the turn, and then like the weakest draws 2 cards.
Attacked. He's the one that gets attacked.
Probably, or he gets an advantage because he's the weakest right now.
Oh, yeah, imagine just like he gains control of those cards with flash and with whatever the fuck else. That'd be fucking cool.
That would be. So you call yourself the weakest? Like I'm the weakest.
Because when you draw yourself, you win the game.
You missed one, but that's also funny. As a
card name. Oh, yeah.
Go ahead. You got it.
His card name enters the battlefield. Choose a named magic character.
Johnny.
Johnny.
Okay,
I guess there you go. And maybe you can pull that card out. Maybe it's like you can put it in your hand or some shit.
Yeah.
When you draw yourself, you win the game. Now that one's interesting. Once again, if I had to guess, there's a card named like probably yourself or you.
Oh yeah.
That states when you draw this card, you win the game. I know there's a card that, once again, in Unhinged, there was a card that was like your own avatar, and at least it's really based on you. So it stated that like this card's colors are depending on the color of your eyes. So blue eyes would be a blue card. Brown eyes would be red. Green eyes would make it green. So on and so forth. Or maybe deep brown would be black or some shit. I don't know. But it would be like that, and it stated that like your age would be, this creature's, I think it was some shit like its mana cost divided by 2, or maybe divided by 3 or some shit. Its power and toughness were based on your, weight and height divided by a certain number. And it'd be like your avatar, and he'd be out on the battlefield, and he would have like one special ability or some shit like that.
That's pretty cool.
It was something weird. But that might be something like that.
Here's some reminder texts that appear in the set. So like, when it tells you what vigilance does and things like that. So anything with 2 or more capitalized words in its name that begin with the same letter is what is that? Is that alliterative?
Yeah.
The opposite of what I am. Goddamn. I mean, all right. I don't know what that would help with.
A top is an outerwear garment worn by the upper body. Oh. So now I'm wondering if wow, it's kind of weird. I don't even know what that would mean.
Maybe you gotta like take off your top.
Oh no.
Let's only play with girls from now on. You add only that card in a modern deck. The card, not your head.
Oh god.
So it's probably like it could be something stupid like I'm trying to think. What would you use your head for, but also use a card for?
I'm just trying to think. Maybe it says like if there's like a new, because if these are reminder texts, there might be abilities, and there might be ability that says like hit your head. It says the card, not your head.
Well, see, I'm thinking it's more on the lines of like it's got to be something like get hard, the card, not your dick, kind of thing. You know what I mean? But it's the opposite. It's it's the card, not your head. And I can't think of anything that you would do to a card, but also your head.
Right.
Yeah, I think that may have
It's
been
not,
it, or it could be what you're thinking.
yeah, we'll have to see when we get them because that one's kind of a tricky one to try and
Yeah.
figure out.
They can't be blocked except by creatures with horsemanship.
Well, once we find out what horsemanship is, then I guess we'll know what that one's all about.
Alright, we'll alternate on these ones, so you got the next one.
Align the tops of both cards to check. Align the tops of both cards to check. I don't know.
Maybe which one is more bent gets like a +2/+2. I don't know. Something like that.
Bending your fucking cards.
Yeah, to get extra attack. That's fucked up. Don't explain anything else. You choose targets. What do you mean you're doing that? I'm just choosing targets, but
Like, why?
That's funny.
This creature has first strike as long as it's blocking or being blocked by a creature that comes after it alphabetically. Okay, that's gonna be a lot of fucking fun.
Yeah, the vowels are A, E, I, O, U, Y. Wait, why?
No, it's
Y,
A,
O?
E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot about that little saying.
Yeah, no kidding.
So I guess it's just reminding us, and see, I would have messed up there.
Yeah. But in this case, it seems like it is Y. So Y is going to be noted as a vowel, and so it's probably going to say like this creature gets +1/+1 for all vowels on it, and Y
like,
will be included.
It's gonna be like the most cursed lettered card, and it's gonna have like 2 vowels in it.
Have you seen? There was a card that released in I want to say it was Modern Horizons 2.
That
Let me see.
huge card name?
Long.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'll try to send it to you here. There is stupid. It was a cook. Yeah, there it is. I'm not gonna sit here and try to pronounce this, but I will.
Oh, I see it. I got it right here. A human wizard. It's like Asamara card.
Yeah, that's the one.
Card. Yeah.
Like that bullshit comes out.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Anyways, back to what we were doing.
Yes.
What's the next one? This spell costs 1 less to cast for each clown you control. Now, I already know, based off what we're thinking about with clowns, that can get really out of control.
Do I count as a clown?
Normally, yes.
I'm tapping myself for each clown. It has their total power, total toughness, combined mana cost, all text boxes, names, art, and so on. Jesus.
Oh. That sounds like a big card.
It sounds like a pretty big card.
Combined mana costs. Okay. Something is hot if it has hot things in it, like art, like fire, or in its art, like fire or explosions. Okay, so that's pretty easy to say. Like this, like all like cards that are considered hot do this.
Have death touch.
Yeah, have death touch, and it's you just gotta find something in it that's hard. And these, like I said, these are also the type of cards that can be up for debate.
Mm-hmm.
Like going back to Unhinged, there were cards that did that. Like I said, you're counting squirrels in art, but you could look at something and it's like, oh, there's, that's not a whole squirrel in that art. It's partly covered by a branch. And it's like you could look at that, and for that card we were just talking about, like, oh, that bitch, she's holding a pot. That's gotta be hot, or there's a pot in there. And it's like, well, I don't think the pot's that hot. It looks like it's been sitting on the counter. It's been cooled off for a little bit. There's probably some shit up for debate.
Yeah, that definitely won't be legal. Card name divides the battlefield into alpha, beta, and gamma sectors. Who decides this? Do you decide? And then maybe it's
card
like
name,
opponent chooses
card
which
name
sector.
Does.
Oh yeah, but okay, card name says it does. Now which are the sectors? Maybe it'll specify. Maybe it'll say lands are gamma and creatures are that, and then your graveyard is alpha or something like that.
But it could be that the player chooses. It could say that all alpha have trample, all beta have lifelink, and all gamma have death touch. And then you could, but maybe you have to pick different player. I don't know. Who knows?
Just kind of read the next one.
Each time you gobble, you take a bit of food or sacrifice a food token.
What? People eating while they're playing. So
Sounds like
it's
a good game to
enforced.
me.
Yeah, you're forced to grab like a piece of pizza and you just sit there and gobble on it instead of sacrificing your food tokens. But it's probably something good, like a creature. Every time it attacks, it gobbles, but it's like a 2 cost. That's a 5/5 or something. So instead of sacrificing food tokens, you eat your food to avoid sacrificing your food tokens.
Yeah, see, we replaced gobble with take a shot, and then we got a drinking game.
Oh my god, yes, let's go. You can have 2 commanders that both have partner. I mean, isn't that what partner does?
I'm wondering. You
I guess
have
partner's back. I guess.
commanders that both have part. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what it sounds like. I hope it's not saying like, that sounds like 2 commanders to me. This sounds like partner. This just sounds like partner. I don't know what else to say about that.
Yeah. All right.
It becomes 2/2, then 1/1, then half, and so, yo,
And so
what
on.
the fuck? No, dude, I want that bitch dead.
It never dies. And then it becomes 1/4, and it becomes 1/8, and it becomes 1/16, and 1/32, and then it becomes
Dude,
1/64.
that's crazy because you could
Jesus
literally
Christ.
just fucking kill it with
What,
anything at
what
that
if
point.
that's my alien ooze?
Oh my god, it just gets smaller and smaller every time it like takes damage.
Speaking about smaller, about 0.3 meters.
Ugh.
Talking about my
Zach.
cock. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just simple. All right, next one. Where'd you go?
I'm
there
looking
you
something up.
Okay. What are you looking at?
0.3 meters.
Oh, you're trying to see how much that is in American? Hell
I'm
yeah!
supposed- Yeah, I'm kind of curious.
Sometimes it really do be like that.
Set into a foot of that. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty small.
Yeah, maybe it's like your deck size or your graveyard size. Probably need a ruler with you at all times.
All right.
Uh,
Creatures in a log together can't be blocked unless they're all blocked.
Weird. Is
Creatures
that...
in a log together can't be blocked unless they're all blocked.
Maybe it's like a crew vehicle, but or
I
maybe
was
it's
about
like
to
an
say
equipment.
it kind of in a log, Now, I'm honestly pretty much sure this is gonna be like some sort of joke deck, and when we go to the arts, I'm gonna explain to you why as well.
Okay.
But like I feels like this is gonna be because there's like logs. Squirrels and goblins, pretty big deal in like the unhinged deck that we were playing. I've seen it in some of the other ones. They like their squirrels and they like their goblins.
Mm-hmm.
This never-ending feud. And logs, a literal log, maybe. Let's put that in perspective. Maybe you can put 3 creatures into a log, and they'll count as 1 creature, but they can't be blocked unless they're all blocked. So you need at least 3 creatures to block this logged creature, and maybe like all their damage and shit adds up. Like you would need a pretty big blocker to defend from it.
That makes sense. Don't touch other people's phone without permission, and be careful if you do. So this would suck for us when we're playing with your phone as like the life counter. We don't do that much anymore. But like I would have to actually not touch my life, and you could just kill me right there. No, that'd be funny. Like, guess you're gonna die. All right.
Places, everyone. First creature in line gets +0/+0.
Excellent. Loved it.
Yeah, I'm assuming +0/+0 might state that like I don't know if it's actually 0/+0 or maybe maybe it is. Besides the case,
yeah.
Who knows? I don't know what it means. First creature in line, but whatever.
Maybe you gotta like grab your cards and put them in line. But anyways, they continue to exist after they leave the battlefield. All right.
Oh.
Maybe it's
so
like
maybe if the card has, I was going to say maybe if the card has like an ability. So it says all goblins you control get +1/+1. Creature dies, well, all your goblins still got +1/+1.
Right, that makes sense.
Could be, that's the best explanation I can see there.
Well, we can fly through this part pretty much. Finally, here's some creature types in the set. We got creature type rat rogue, creature alien insect. So rat rogue and alien insect. I mean,
alien is going to be. I don't know if I've seen an alien creature type in Magic before.
Artifact creature clown robot mime. Very
nice.
Cool. A dog employee.
Okay, these are not.
A beetle? What the fuck's frog guest? Very cool. Human Hatificer Assassin. It's like a hat guy.
All right.
Got alien squirrels, very cool. Minotaur children guest. Hey, your buddy's gonna be excited. More minotaurs.
Yeah.
Porcupine performer.
Right.
Dinosaur employee. These are creature types. Zombie coward guest. Plant mutant food. That's a artifact creature. Oh, here's some legendaries. Devil performer. We've seen him. I'm pretty sure that's that one. Human gamer. Yo, it's us.
Oh, yo, it's gonna be us.
Oh my god, it might actually be.
Alien ooze.
Yeah! Let's go. That's the only one I saw. Human pilot employee, elephant mouse performer, human clown artificer, and then a robot. Just straight up robot.
Okay. Just straight up. Okay.
Today's the 19th, and tomorrow on the September 20th, 2022, they're gonna have. I guess they're gonna show a lot more. Unity preview, a week-long one. So we might start seeing some more cards pop in. We might do another little video at the end of the week. I've got to get this one out quicker, but it seems like a lot of people like this. I was looking at the little Tumblr thing, and I was looking a bit on Reddit, and they like, this sounds fun. I like the idea. I feel like it's gonna make things pretty fun.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the cards now that we've read all that. I just realized in like the big picture, you can see a little like cartoon of Johnny, like from that secret lair. And do you see it at the very top?
I do see him. He's very chibi looking.
He is very chibi. Like there is a chibi version of him.
Oh yeah, they released a Secret Lair that had all those, didn't they?
Yeah, maybe he's the planeswalker that one doesn't listen to, or maybe she is. I don't know. Anyway, so that we go down here, we got some happy dead squirrels. So yeah, like. So when you put these stickers on your guys, so let's say I put Happy, that hat, I put it onto one of my creatures, it adds the word Happy in front of their name. So, you know, it would become Happy Shieldred the Apocalypse.
So this still almost feels like this would only be a joke. And this is kind of where I'll go ahead and just take this out real quick. Not all these cards, of course, seem like they're going to be in a joke deck, but I feel like a lot of them are. The biggest reason is because acorns are kind of like the big deal that come out of those joke decks.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to look at with a silver sticker on the bottom of some of these cards.
Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. I said star, but yeah, acorn is what it was. So
okay,
some of these do have it. So some are going to be legal and some won't, it looks like.
Yeah, and that's what I'm assuming. Usually they would have silver borders, and that's kind of how you can tell.
Yeah.
But it seems like they don't all have silver borders. And the ones that seem like they have the little acorn on here, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
That they wouldn't be put into an actual deck. The art on them makes sense as well. Like you usually wouldn't see that type of card in a you wouldn't see that style of card. Their arts are usually a little more serious looking.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, with the stickers, like for instance the carnivore, go back to him. He doesn't have an acorn anywhere on here, and he makes stickers.
Yeah, so, it very well could be. I'm just assuming that it won't be. There is a 4 out of 48 listed beneath it, saying that comes from that set. But again, the one next to that one does say 162 out of 244. So I really don't know.
We'll find out. But yeah, so it's pretty standard. You spend tickets. Like you could spend 3 tickets to give a creature infect, and like you could spend 2 tickets to make it a 3/2. I remember seeing stuff like that. So you could buff your creatures with the stickers and like the tickets.
So how do you think you get these tickets?
Like for instance, the carnivore, he says when he enters the battlefield, you get a ticket. Then you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. So he kind of like negates buying at some things, but you get a ticket.
I see.
Look at the Wicker Picker. Creature spells you cast have sticker kicker 1. You may pay an additional 1 as you cast a creature spell. If you do, you get a ticket. Then you may put a sticker on it.
Huh.
So maybe it's not putting a sticker on for free. Maybe you need to actually activate a card that states you could put a sticker on, like the Wicker Picker. So you put them in, you generate enough stickers, and then it allows you to actually play one of those stickers onto your cards.
And maybe this is what it means when there's like a ton of different ways to make a card in a turn. Maybe you can keep changing the card with these stickers constantly.
Right. But yeah, see, I like one's like a cute squirrel, and I don't know what the fuck the right one is, but a cool hat. Bar out, this is that one. I'm actually happy it's Acorn, because wasn't it pretty OP? Rather than choose the indicated number of modes for a spell or ability, you may choose one or more. So everything that says choose one, you can choose all.
Honestly, though, yeah, that is a really good card. Again, I don't know for sure if the Acorn thing is legit and if it is going to be a legal or not legal card. We'll find out.
That card
But
is 3 cost to
yeah,
be
that card's
just
pretty good.
absolutely insane. It makes like a lot of those cards that let you only choose one are cheap, like 2 to 3. You know, like you get
That's
that,
true.
you get far out, and then the next turn you get that like one that says like destroy creature, destroy artifact, or destroy enchantment, and draw 3 cards, and it's like you get to pick all 4 because you have this
That's
guy out.
true. That's true. And green has a lot of that.
Yeah, exactly. So, but
So somebody playing,
ooh,
you know,
white and green.
a white and green deck.
Ooh. I play one of those. Um, uh, this guy might take forever to talk about, but the Magic Strings. He's a legendary performer. He comes in for for 3, and then you spend 3 to note the name of target instance or sorcery card in your graveyard. Put it on the battlefield face down. It's a 3/3 creature with whenever this creature deals damage to a player, you may create a copy of the card with the noted name. You may cast this copy without paying its mana cost. If this creature would leave the battlefield, exile it instead of putting it in
Good
anywhere
Lord.
else. So yeah, you could do something ridiculous like your omniscience or whatever like that,
Oh, fuck.
and you can put that under that card, and as long as that card can hit, like put flying on it, put freaking anything, menace, just anything that it can get through without being blocked, you get to play that for free. Not to
That's
mention
pretty
giving
good.
it double strike somehow. Like that guy's gonna be insane. All right.
Anyways, where were we?
Talking about the manager of strings, but I think we pretty much summed it up. He's just a crazy bastard.
Now, he is a bit crazy.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets banned pretty quick.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess the whole deal is that I mean, you only have to pay 3,
Yeah.
and a card has to be in your graveyard, and that's the other thing.
Yeah, well, with oh, I guess Omniscience is blue, so it wouldn't actually. But red cards, well, nothing states that you put them in your multicolor deck, you can do it to anything, as long as you get
I
them
was gonna
out.
say like that, or those colors fit my new deck that I'm making.
Yeah, that's true. Um, so yeah, I think he's pretty solid. Animate object, a 5 cost sorcery. You get 7 tickets. Choose an inanimate object you own from outside the game. Put a power and toughness sticker on it. You may also put a name sticker and an art sticker and or an ability sticker on it. Put it onto the battlefield as a creature. Now that's pretty funny.
Ah, damn, yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I think after reading that, I think you have an acorn for sure. That's gotta be, dude. Like just picking like your deck box or something. Or how about a full ass size chair? Why not? This is a power 3 4/7 creature now. It's a dead creature, a dead chair with that's 4/7 with infect. Stupid. Uh, we read the Carnival guy a few times. He's kind of expensive. 6 cost for a 4/6 just to get 1 ticket. It's kind of a lot. He is a common, so makes sense.
That is true, but he is a death touch with 4/6.
That's a good point. I haven't really
Makes for
read.
a good blocker.
I haven't read many of these other ones. Angelic Heralds, that's a 3 cost there. Flying, when Angelic Herald enters the battlefield, you may put a name sticker on a non-land permanent you own. Each creature you control with 3 or more words in its name get +1/+1. So that's where, like, the names will come in handy. Dark, Cannonball, Urza's.
Yeah.
I just remembered the guy talked about it. Those names up there, those peel off. So you can peel
Oh, they
off
do.
Urza's and put it in front of your card. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they peel off. So yeah,
Oh.
you could put Urza's Carnivore, and that would fit that thing for that creature, and he'd get 3 or more. Oh, he would get a +1/+1. Yeah. And there's Exalted, Double Exalted.
Yeah, what the?
Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each instance or exalted among permanents you control. Wait, why is instance instance? Is that not? Is that how you spell instance? I thought it was
I'm trying to look. I'm trying to look. Oh,
in. I thought it was. I guess instance. I get maybe that's how you spell the plural. I've just never seen it.
oh. It's kind of funny because earlier we talked about how it feels like they're going to release like a new game format. It feels like they're trying to make this like these joke decks like kind of more of like another way to play, like some really chaotic games with these decks where you can put in more and more of these types of cards from other sets into like a commander deck that has like some really funky fucking cards in it.
Oh, I see.
Like,
Okay.
it feels like that's kind of what they're trying to do because they got, like I said, they got rid of the silver border and they're trying to make these cards look a little more legit. And I'm wondering if that's kind of what they have planned here.
Maybe. There's also shadow. This creature can block or be blocked only by creatures with shadow. Doesn't what's his face have that?
There's a few cards. My Dothy Voidwalker's got it.
He's shadow. Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought shadow came from. Well, water gun balloon game. 2 artifacts. As water balloon game enters the battlefield, each player puts a pop counter on 0 or use the bullseye. I don't know what that states. Whenever a player casts a spell, move that player's pop counter up 1. When a player's pop counter hits 5, that player creates a 5/5 pink giant teddy bear creature token and resets all pop counters to 0. So the goal is for the whole table to pretty much race to 5.
Yeah. I wonder how you get a bullseye.
Yeah. It's probably. Yeah, I don't know.
Or use the bullseye. I don't know what that means. I guess we'll have to. Maybe we'll find out later on. Maybe it's like another card.
Yeah. I'll let you read these goblin and saw in half.
It could even be. Kind of go back to the bullseye. That could even be the new like with those the type of tokens that like a card could generate. Like
yeah.
I wonder if it's bullseyes.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And you can just use one for like FX like that.
Yeah, that would make sense.
All right, we got the Space Family Goblinson.
It's cute.
Says the Space Family Goblinson has trample as long as you've rolled 3 or more dice this turn. Says whenever you roll a dice, put a +1/+1 counter on Space Family Goblinson. That's fucking crazy.
Goddamn, that's I feel like that's kind of hard to do. So that makes me wonder if we were right about some of those things we talked about rolling dice, like the Planeswalker.
Yeah, just like a lot of cards that let you roll dice. Would be really good. And there's some of them from the D&D sets that do that too.
Yeah, so you probably want some of that. And there's the regular art version, very nice. And then saw in half. It's an instant. 3. It has a normal little circle.
It does.
Destroy target creature. If that creature dies this way, its controller creates 2 tokens that are copies of that creature, except their base power is half that creature's power and their base toughness is half that creature's toughness. Round up each time.
So that's a really good fucking card. Because you would definitely want to use this on your own shit.
Yeah.
You would definitely want to create 2 cards with an effect that you don't attack with, just the effect alone. Like, you definitely want to use this on that. And anything that lets you copy instants and sorcery spells from your graveyard would make this card fucking crazy.
I see. You know what I just noticed? We missed a lot of the flavor text in some of these, like Wicker Picker. Unless you're quicker, I wouldn't snicker. Far out. Memories that will technically last the rest of your life. Animated object. Tap beverages with extreme caution. Somehow only the 3rd most dangerous ride in the park, Carnival Carnivore.
Somehow only the 3rd.
The voice of an angel and the face of an angel and the legs of, you get the idea, Angelic Herald. I don't think I read his name. The goblins. The goblin word for vacation translates roughly to a battered landscape of noise and violence. Nice. And saw it half. The audience always loves it, but volunteers are divided.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, that's pretty cool because I can already think of like several times where like you could use again like kind of copying creatures, like get another Dothy Voidwalker out, right? Like get 2 of them. You can make them 1/1s. They're not good for anything but sacking. You could I'm just trying to think like I'm trying to think of names of other cards that have cool ass effects. But of course, you want to remember the legendary restrictions to some of these cards, so you wouldn't want to kill anything that you'd want
Mirror box from Kamigawa would be more useful because it states that all your creatures that have legendary no longer abide by the legendary rule. I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah,
what it stated.
there's like artifacts that
few.
I found that just straight up just state the legendary rule does not apply to
Yeah,
your shit. You don't have to follow that rule, but
so that would be good in that style.
I think that's a fantastic card. Like that's one I would want to put in my Marin. Just to destroy a creature and then create 2 of it in its place. Like that's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
you
only
know,
for 3 costs too. It's
yeah,
to get 2 of something like you
that's
said.
pretty
Doth.
good. Yeah.
Killer cosplay for 1. This is an equipment. A green equipment for 1. Whenever killer cosplay becomes attached to a creature, choose creature card name with an identical mana cost. The creature becomes a copy of the card with the chosen name until killer cosplay becomes unattached from it.
Oh,
Free. That's pretty cool. That doesn't
yeah,
seem
that's
too
pretty sweet.
broken to me. Why is it gotta be acorn? Come on. Disgusting. Come on now. At least mute yourself when we're doing that, you know?
No, everyone's got to hear that.
No. Alright, Assemble. It's a 5 cost white artifact creature clown robot bard. Vigilance. Assembler's power is equal to the number of robots you control. Ooh, robot tribal? Whenever you cast a spell with an artifact creature in its art, create a 1/1 white clown robot artifact creature token.
Another card that's going to really like debate what's considered an artifact creature,
Yeah, that's very strange. Oh, I didn't read the flavor text for Killer Cosplay. Ak! Hans, run! Get the camera, he's adorable.
Oh my god.
Some dude's next words.
Effie was a Bob's daughter next. What's this? I can't read it. Next
Words.
Which words? Okay. Looks like 2 O's.
Yeah, it does a little bit. No further hit single. You wait from this point is 7 hours. Oh, is 7 hours. I butchered that. Your wait from this point is 7 hours. I see.
Now, the lands. I want to talk about the lands. Can we talk about the lands?
No, absolutely not.
They're fantastic looking, okay?
They're so cool.
I like the look of all of these. Some more than others, but the fact that they have like shock, like you may cheat 2 life, doesn't like I love shock lands. Who doesn't love a good shock land? Like you bring this shit in. I can have 2 colors of my choice for just 2 life any day of the week.
It doesn't state that it generates mana, but I guess it's a forest and island, and like I remember seeing a rule that as long as it says that, you can tap it for mana. Like,
oh yeah,
no,
that's absolutely true. What makes that cooler though is that it is a swamp mountain. Search your library for a swamp card. You can bring out the Blood Crypt.
The fuck do you see Swamp Mountain at? Oh,
well, I'm just going down a little bit because these have the names of the types of lands that they would produce.
Right. So yeah, like those kind of cards you can pull it out without. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you can basic land though.
Well, if they don't qualify, like if they don't specify basic land, like a lot of times you have cards that say like search your library for a plains card.
Yeah.
And usually you pull out a basic land because that's usually what those plains are. But sometimes you get a forest plains and it specifies forest plains. You can pull that shit out and use it.
But yeah, you're totally right. These lands are so gorgeous. Like I really love the art on all these. Like, Godless Shrine is so sick with like the eclipse and even Stomping Ground. It really like that's kind of what I think of when I think of a green red deck. It's like it's just a forest hurting itself the whole fucking time it's in that deck. But like Hollowed Fountain, that reminds me of somewhere in Destiny, like Europa. That's really what it looks like to me. Just all of them are so sweet. And I really like just the basic rare lands. Just mountain, a big fiery planet, like with the sun in the background. That's so sick.
Which one?
Mountain. If you keep scrolling down, they have like basic land types that are rares.
Mountain just said this a fucking like the planet.
Yeah, it's just a planet. Like forest is just a planet.
Let me tell you something that you might can be upset about. So as far as like here's what I'm imagining, So of course you can get a hollow fountain. These are probably what their best looking ones are, You're probably if you pull one of these, they're probably going to be pretty fucking sweet. Going beyond that, the ones that actually have like a forest or like the weird like crazy like atom looking shape to it.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe these, maybe the ones with plants. I don't know which ones, but I think one of these sets are going to be kind of like the hard to get like cool looking basic lands.
Yeah.
And I think the other set of them, you're gonna get 2 copies of each, just for buying like their unhinged version. And I think that's what is gonna, because that's what they did with some of their other ones. I believe there's gonna be a set of these basic lands that are like, because that's I don't know if you've I have some interesting looking basic land cards, and they came from a specific set.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what the
I knew they weren't gonna be like the stained glass and stuff because they have the little rare logo. I'm just hoping you could pull them still.
yeah, I'm thinking you maybe, but I think it might be coming from the like their joke deck set.
I'm buying it anyways because I want those.
Yeah, that's just my guess. I feel like you can get the dual lands pretty easy from this set. I feel like these other ones you gotta get from the unhinged, but their unhinged version sounds like it's gonna be pretty cool to get. So
yeah, for real. Yeah, these are so cool. Like just the basic ones and the one with like the atom logos are pretty cool too.
Mm-hmm.
They are just see. It's like the surface of the planets that are above. I think that's actually what it is. Like the ones that have like the planet overview are the same as like the atom ones. It's just what it looks like on the surface of that planet.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it's giving me vibes of. Like the green one definitely looks like it. The plains definitely looks like. The blue is probably the most. What about the mountain? Yeah, for sure. What about the swamp? Where's the swamp? Oh, I mean probably. But yeah, I think we're pretty much finished up here talking about Unity. We might touch back on it when more stuff comes out if there's enough to talk about. Maybe when it gets closer and we actually start getting full leaks from the set, like we did for Warhammer. We might do Warhammer. If there's enough interest, we'll do Warhammer. But if not, that's alright, we'll just keep doing it.
I do like the cards from Warhammer.
They are very nice. That's gonna be a long video if we do. We might have to split it up. We might have to just cover every card in the decks in like different videos. But let us know if you're interested. I go by Whitecheddr also. Zach, that'll be on that channel. And I'm with my boy Drew, also Loaf. We play lots of other things, but thought it'd be fun to talk about Magic today because it's exciting. Say goodbye, Drew.
No.
Oh, okay. He says no, and I'm signing off. Deuces.
Deuces.
No deuces, man. Come on, that's
I'm
my
gonna
thing.
deuce it.
Come on.